Awesome. Alrighty. Well, welcome everyone to the Chester County Intermediate Unit Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any time. After this session, I will be posting a link in the chat. We invite you to join a breakout room with all the representatives that presented this hour. The breakout rooms will last about 15 minutes between the end of this session and before the next session. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Chester County. And without further ado, I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that's going to be Albright College.
Hi everybody, my name is Natalie Buck and today I'm going to be talking about Albright College. I am an admission counselor here as well as an alumni. I just graduated this past spring. Here's some information about Albright just at a glance. We are a small private liberal arts college located in Reading, Pennsylvania. We were founded in 1856. We have about 1,800 day students, so that's our undergrad population, and our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. So when you're taking courses here at Albright, your class sizes are going to be relatively small. You might have up to 25 students in maybe some of your foundation courses, but as you get farther along into your major, your class sizes are going to get a lot smaller. We only have 2 lecture halls on campus, and each lecture hall can only seat about 60 students. So we do have fairly small class sizes here. We also value inclusivity, equity, and diversity here on our campus. So we have many different clubs and organizations for all students to be involved and have their voices heard. On this slide is some information about our costs as well as our scholarship and aid that we offer to students. So roughly for tuition, room and board, as well as a meal plan and the student fee, you're looking at about $40,000, and that's before any aid. So when you apply to Albright, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. So when you get your acceptance letter in the mail, you would also be awarded that merit-based scholarship right away as well. Then, in addition, we also have our financial aid office. So once they receive your FAFSA information, they would put together items such as grant money or loans, work study programs, anything like that. And those would also take money off of your total of the $40,000. We also have some different scholarships that students can get. So for example, we have a trustee award. We have the Davis Scholarship, which is our full ride to Albright. We also have the Talent Award. That's for any student that's talented in music or art, fashion, singing, dancing, any sort of thing like that. We also have the Legacy Award for students who might have relatives who graduated from Albright. And we also have the United Methodist Award. A majority of our students do receive aid in some form. On this slide is a little bit of information about our academics. So at Albright, you're able to combine your major and make it custom to something that you're interested in, which is why we say we have 150 different combinations of majors as well as minors. So for example, sometimes students come in as pre-law and they minor in theater because the improv aspect could really help them in the courtroom one day. Some of our most popular majors include biology. We have a really great pre-med program, and we have a 90% acceptance rate into medical school. We also have business administration as one of our popular majors with various different tracks. Our newest one is sports management. Psychology and computer science are also growing majors here at Albright. Some of our unique majors include fashion. We just had 9 students and alumni have their art fashion pieces on the runway for New York Fashion Week, so that was super exciting. Also, game and simulation development and music industry are unique to Albright. On this slide, I talk a little bit about campus life. So we do have various different residential halls that you would live in during your time at Albright. During a first year, you'd be in a residence hall that we call the quad. So that's 4 different buildings. You'd have a roommate. It's kind of the typical dorm setup. So you have your beds, your desk, chair, dresser, comes with a fridge and microwave, as well as air conditioning in all the rooms. Once you get to your sophomore year, you're able to live in Woods, which is our apartment style living. And then junior, senior year, we also have Rockland Hall, that's suite style living for students. So once you get to those different levels, the apartments and suites, you're able to customize the room and maybe who you're living with. So in Rockland, you can have anywhere from 3 to 6 people. So there's a lot of flexibility. Regarding our dining services, we have various meal plan options for students. So as a first year student, you're going to come in with either a gold or silver meal plan. And no matter what meal plan you also have something called bonus bucks. So that's additional money that's already on your account. You can use that in the dining hall. You could use it at Jake's Place, which is somewhere you can eat on campus. You also could use it at Peg's Cafe, which is in our Shumo Center, which is our wellness center. We also have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus. So that ranges from academic clubs to clubs that are student focused. So maybe like SGA, which is Student Government Association, or AC Squared. We also have Greek life on campus and a lot of athletic teams. This slide talks a little bit about our athletics in particular. So we are a Division III school, and we do have 24 different varsity sports, which are listed on the bottom right there. We have both men's, women's, and co-ed sports, and about 30% of our students are involved in athletics. Regarding the admission process at Albright College, we keep it very simple. The only items that we need is your application as well as the transcript from your high school. We do have a free application that you can either do through the Common App or through the website. We are a test optional school, so that means that you're able to submit your SAT or ACT scores if you'd like, but it's not going to hurt you if you don't submit them. We also have rolling admission, so you're able to submit that application at any time. We're also essay optional as well as letter recommendation optional. And on this last slide here is some information on how you can connect and contact Albright College. So we're on Instagram, TikTok, there's our email as well as Snapchat. Thanks for listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Ursinus College.
Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to be here with everyone today. My name is Dave, one of the admissions counselors and athletic liaisons at Ursinus College. If you just give me one moment, I'm just going to share my screen with everyone. Okay, so at Ursinus College, just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, we are a relatively smaller institution. We're an institution that was also created in about 1869. And we are located in Collegeville, Pennsylvania, which is approximately about 20 to 25 miles outside of Center City, Philadelphia. Some of the cool aspects about Ursinus is that we are a top 100 liberal arts college in America. So we do offer a lot of your traditional liberal arts sort of curriculum under that sense. We are one of the 44 colleges nationwide that also changes lives. And what that really means is that we provide a very transformative experience for our students from the moment that they step foot on campus all the way up until they graduate, and it has a lasting impact so they can really gear our students towards a successful career after graduation. In terms of the housing, so 94% of our student population does live on campus. It's very, very much encouraged for our students to live on campus, just so because we like to pride ourselves a lot on that small sort of tight-knit community. And having everyone in the same spot really allows us to accomplish that goal. In terms of the price, this is always a tough conversation to have, but we are a $70,000 institution. With that said, though, 99% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid in some capacities. And we have multiple different merit-based scholarships that are available, as well as certain specialty scholarships too, that are actually a separate application aside from your school application. And it's just another way for you to obtain more aid from us in any way that you can. And our specialty scholarships are broken down by specific areas of study. So for instance, if you were interested in, let's say, dance, theater, or film, you could apply for one of our specialty scholarships under those categories. And some of them also would include an extra $40K a year off of your tuition. So in terms of our majors, some of our larger majors at the college that we offer our students are number one, biology. That's actually our biggest major with about 14% of our student population taking part in that major. And then just to follow up with that, applied economics and business. That's sort of our business major. And again, we have a lot of partners with a lot of our different companies within the Collegeville, Philadelphia area, where a lot of our students will actually get jobs full time after their time at Ursinus. And then to follow up with that as well, health and exercise physiology, as well as psychology and media and communication studies are just another area of study that are some of our bigger majors at Ursinus. And then in terms of academics, we have 60 plus major and minor combinations. And then I will say our average student primarily does either have a major or a double major or even a major and a minor. So there's definitely a lot of different academic programs for our students to take advantage of throughout their 4 years. And another cool aspect about that as well is that our students will have to graduate with an experiential learning project under their belt. And really what that is like, that's kind of an umbrella topic where there's different categories under that. And one of the experiential learning projects might include like an internship. If you were an education major, it might include like, a student teaching role. It could include a study abroad option. So again, every student will actually be required to fulfill an internship or an experiential experiential learning projects, throughout their 4 years. And then something that is unique to Ursinus is that we have something called the Ursinus Quest, and it's called the Common Intellectual Experience, which is a first-year course. And what this really breaks down is that if you can see these 4 questions listed on the bottom, the ones that say, what should matter to me? How should we live together? How can we understand the world? And what will I do? Those questions are sort of used as a guide for our students from when they come into the university. And they're really just 4 philosophical questions that we ask our students to use as a guide to really, really to just use in your classes, and it'll help you out in, a lot of different aspects of your time. But they're really just philosophical questions to, formulate some introspection into yourself and define what your goals and, ambitions are at the end of the day. And then in terms of athletics, we are a Division III institution, so we compete at the Division III level in all of our sports. We have 25 different varsity athletic teams, and that's male and female. Some of our bigger sports include like football. We just upset number 8 Muhlenberg this year. We were very excited about that. But, football is definitely something that we see a lot of our students attend, whether it be for their games, some of the pep rallies that we have. But aside from athletics, we also compete in the Centennial Conference in athletics too. So we're in with other schools like Johns Hopkins, McDaniel, Swarthmore, just to name a few. So yeah, that's pretty much a rundown of our various athletic programs that we offer. And then in terms of campus life and our clubs, we offer 100 plus different clubs and organizations for our students, to use as, extracurricular activities on campus. If they want to get involved in a club, there's definitely a decent amount of options for them to get involved in. And if for whatever reason we don't have something that, you would want to partake in, it's always an option to create your own club as well. All you would need to get is just a faculty's, approval for it, and, just get like a sponsor to sponsor your club, and you could actually create one yourself. So yeah, it really ties in again to our experiential learning, and, we want our students to be as well-rounded as possible. And a lot of students will also participate in more than one club throughout their 4 years. And then something we also like to pride ourselves on at Ursinus is that we have a retention rate that is well above the national average at 87%. This is just because we do a great job of retaining our students throughout their 4 years, and our student, approval rating is also very high as well. So they definitely enjoy their experience, hence why we have an 87% retention rate. We also have about a 95% job placement rating. So after graduation, students will, or 94% of our student population will be enrolled in either a grad program or a full-time position after they will graduate from Ursinus. And just to really conclude, we do offer one experiential learning project that I think is pretty unique as well. It's called the Philly Experience. And since we are, a suburban kind of campus, we offer our students to live on Drexel University's campus for a semester. And that is, again, through our Philly X program. You can take an internship through there, as well as learning from a conglomeration of Ursinus and Drexel professors throughout their time. But that pretty much concludes, my presentation for this part. But if you guys have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll provide my information in the chat. But other than that, thank you for your time and have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Elizabethtown College.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much, and appreciate you spending a Tuesday evening with us. There's some great schools on here. My name's Adam Smith, and I'm just going to pull up a screen share as well, and we'll get rolling. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about how you can apply to Elizabethtown College and become a Blue Jay, but I also, before you get to that point, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about who we are as an institution. I'm a big fan of our location. We are located in Lancaster County, so we're about 30 minutes from Hershey, Harrisburg, and Lancaster. We also have an Amtrak stop right in our backyard, so our students can go into Philadelphia or New York City very easily. But we're a small private institution. We have about 2,000 total students on our campus when you include our graduate programs. If you're looking for a school that does not have any big lecture hall classes, E-Town may check some boxes for you. We have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and about 95% of our students are either employed or enrolled in a premier graduate school within 6 months after graduating. That's one word you're going to hear over and over again about E-Town is outcomes. Our students are job ready on day one, and they come away with very minimal debt. But it's a very vibrant campus community here. We have 76 clubs and organizations. We're also a residential campus, and our campus smells like chocolate some days because we have the Dove Chocolate Factory right down the road. So there's a lot going on here. We're situated in a nice neighborhood setting. So you do get the best of both worlds if you're looking for that small, quiet, safe campus community. We're made up of 7 schools here at E-Town. We have 150 majors, minors, and concentrations that students can choose from. Some of the more popular majors that we're known for are really in the health and STEM fields. We have an accelerated occupational therapy program. We have a physician assistant program. We have great pre-med, pre-dental, and pre-vet options, as well as an ABET accredited engineering program with a variety of concentrations. Our School of Business remains the largest school on campus, and we've had a lot of graduates go and have some great careers afterwards. We have a 20,000 plus Blue Jay alumni network out there, but we have some liberal art majors as well that we're rooted in. We have music therapy, we have fine arts, we have Japanese and other language programs that you can choose from. But really a lot of our majors that we're offering here at E-Town are leading to careers, and that's really our goal at the end of the day. All students that come to Elizabethtown College are required to complete 2 signature learning experiences before they graduate. And that could consist of an internship. We have premier internship opportunities. We also have a very robust study abroad program. We feature a competitive honors program as well. So if you're taking any AP or dual enrollment courses, you may want to look at the honors program here at Elizabethtown College. But we really value that experiential learning and trying to get students out in the field as much as possible. But as I mentioned, it's very easy to get involved here on campus. The food is great. I can back that up. We have a lot of dining options here on campus, including a food truck, which is pretty cool. And we have a very top-notch career services office here. So they're going to help you with a lot of those little details that become big later on, writing your resume, writing your cover letter. They do mock interviews and dinner etiquette classes as well. So they really work with students from day one to help prepare them for the real world and what they can expect to face. We have 24 Division III athletic programs here. We also have 76 clubs and organizations. We compete in the Landmark Conference, so we compete against a lot of competitive schools right here in Pennsylvania and across the Mid-Atlantic. We just built a brand new $25 million athletic complex on our campus called the Bowers Center for Sport, Fitness, and Wellbeing. It's an indoor field house and track and field, but it has state-of-the-art workout equipment. It has a smoothie bar. It has sleeping pods. So you have to come check that out to see for yourself, because pictures don't do it justice. It's been a game changer for us and our campus community. But I wanted to take a few moments just to talk to you about the application process. We've worked very hard here at E-Town to remove any barriers that you can expect to face. So It's free to apply. If you apply, you're not locked in. It's free to apply. We're also test optional for 2022 applicants and beyond. So SAT and ACT scores are not required. And we're rolling admissions. So keep an eye out for deadlines, not just at E-Town, but any other school that you may be applying to. Every school could have different deadlines. Us being rolling admissions, that just means once you apply and you get us your supporting documents, we're going to read your application and get a decision out to you as soon as possible. We know students are applying to multiple schools, and we know you're excited and anxious to hear back. But if you apply and you are admitted, you have until May 1st, 2022 before you have to make your decision. We try to be as transparent as possible when it comes to costs. We know for most families, it does come down to dollars and cents. So a full year of tuition and a full year of room and board at E-Town is under $50,000 a year. We have very generous merit scholarship opportunities that can help reduce that. And then the college also gives out about $20 million each year in institutional grants and financial aid. So there are plenty of ways to reduce that out-of-pocket cost through your academic merit. And then also we have stackable scholarships that could be added on based on your extracurricular performance. Our motto at E-Town is educate for service. So a lot of our students are very passionate about volunteerism, community service, and really just helping others. So we would be happy to work with you to go over your financial costs, but come see us. That's the best way you can learn about a school. Go out and visit. No school is going to put something on their website or their virtual tour that they don't want you to see. We have plenty of campus visits coming up. We got a great team, and we're looking forward to working with you as you start this application process here. So thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Elizabethtown College.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Bryn Athyn College.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us this evening. My name is Vania Loper, and I am representing Bryn Athyn College. Excuse me as I share my screen here. All right. So we at Bryn Athyn, excuse me, it doesn't seem like it's. Can you all see my screen? This is like glitching on me.
Not yet.
All right, let's just do it this way. Hopefully you can see me now.
There you are.
So Bryn Athyn College is located 13 miles from Center City, Philadelphia. So what that means is students who are looking for internship opportunities, students who are looking for access to a more city feel, but we're in the suburbs. Bryn Athyn sits on 130 beautiful acres. So you have the quiet space, you can run around. There's deer not too far from campus. That's also an opportunity for research and an internship, right? So you have that close city access. We also are a small private liberal arts school, but don't let that scare you. I'll get into what more of that means. We have a very tight-knit community here at Bryn Athyn. We have about 300 students. So what that means is that you have close working relationships, not only with your peers, but also with your professors. They really go from professor to mentor to friend here at Bryn Athyn. We were founded in 1877, so 144 years, and we are a spiritual institution. I like to say spiritual as opposed to religious because we recognize that every individual is different. We have a very diverse student population in terms of ethnicity, spiritual belief, social economic status, a lot of international students. And so it's spiritual because it's your individual journey. So for us at Bryn Athyn, it's just about being centered, being the best version of yourself, and being globally minded. There are some religion course requirements, but they can deal with the new church, which is the sect of Christianity that Bryn Athyn is affiliated with. It can deal with Islam or Judaism. So I'll get a little bit more into that later, but I just don't want anyone to think, oh, well, I'm not part of the new church. Bryn Athyn is not for me. Again, located close to Center City, Philadelphia. A lot of our students take advantage of the closeness for museums or festivals. We have internships again on campus, and so we've had students intern with the Philadelphia Center 76ers. That's the basketball team in the city. Again, close opportunities if you wanted to intern in New York or DC, Baltimore. We're not far once you get into the city. So again, Bryn Athyn is a smaller community, 300 students, but you don't ever feel like you're cramped or overwhelmed with seeing the same people every day. 130 acres is a lot of space to stretch out, and you really get, just like any college, what you give in. So lots of opportunity for you to get involved. We are Division III. Our main sports are men's and women's soccer, men's and women's lacrosse is big, and we also have our own ice hockey rink and ice hockey team on campus. There's lots of different ways to get involved. We are a community service oriented institution or community, and so a lot of the student clubs and organizations are centered around that. So opportunities for you to get involved with selling grilled cheeses or grilled donuts with our organization called Feel Good. They help with local and wider organizations to help with food deserts and end hunger. Multicultural clubs, the Dance Pride team, given that we're the Lions, Dance Pride. And lots of other organizations, the video game club, for example. Bryn Athyn is really a place where we want students to have and create the experience that they're looking for. There's a lot of flexibility when you come here, and part of that is in the clubs and organizations that you can create or different events that you're looking to participate in. And it's also really great because we are a trimester school, so 10 3-week terms. And so that provides for a lot of opportunity for our students to take more classes, take it at an accelerated pace. For those who are concerned about finances, you can graduate earlier. And so it just, again, provides a lot of flexibility to have that environment that you're looking for. So again, we are affiliated with the New Church. We do have students from all different backgrounds come here and really enjoy their time. The New Church is Christian-based. About 50% of our students are Catholic, so still Christian, but not part of the New Church. And again, it's just a discipline to engage, excuse me, it's a spiritual school that you engage with academically. So it's not anything that you are forced to believe or forced to anything. I know students who raise their hand, excuse me, I don't believe that, or I was raised this way. My dad is a minister, we were taught this, and it just provides a nice diverse community and discussion here. So we encourage you to come out and to learn more about us. I would be happy to answer any questions for you. But that is an important part of life here. So we have a lot of different majors. Our most popular majors are business and our pre-nursing program. We have an agreement with Thomas Jefferson University in the city, so lots of opportunities for you to get involved there. Student to faculty ratio of 6:1, average class size is about 14. So again, close working relationships, and your professors have opportunities to get to know you and teach to your learning style, as well as Jack and Susie and Tim in your class. Lots of opportunities to get involved. And as I said, with the internships, all students are required to participate in an internship, and that can begin the spring term of your freshman year. So residence life, we have our residence halls, suite styles for the upperclassmen, a typical environment for your first year experience. All residence halls have a thermostat, which is great. They're air conditioned. To the cost to attend here is very affordable for a private liberal arts institution. If you're living on campus, it's just under $40,000. 93% of our students receive financial aid. All students are considered for merit scholarships, going up to $13,000. So it's quite affordable here. especially when you're looking at other private liberal arts colleges. I might have made different choices myself. And then coming to Bryn Athyn, we have lots of ways for you to engage with us, for you to visit with us. We do have an open house this Sunday. It's not too late to come, register and come. And then we have virtual visits, campus tours. You can sit on a class, lots of ways for you to connect with us. We're on the Common App as well as our website. Test optional. We need your letter of recommendation and your transcripts, rolling admissions. And so when your application is complete, you'll hear from me or your admissions counselor within 2 days, and you'll know that merit scholarship that you qualified for as well. So one of the perks of being at a smaller institution is that we can really help your application reflect the best of you and do what we can to get you admitted timely and get you the information that you need. Early application action deadline, November 15th, guaranteed some form of scholarship there. So if you're at all interested, I highly encourage you to apply before then, because otherwise you're potentially leaving money on the table, and we want to help you get here if you want to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. That was great. The University of Scranton is next.
Everybody hear me now? Awesome.
Oh, we can hear you. Thanks, Joe.
No problem. My mic goes in and out all the time, so I don't know what it is. Hopefully when I start sharing it, you guys can hear me again, but I'm just gonna do it again. Oh, I know exactly why I can't hear him. I know exactly why I can't do it, because I didn't optimize your sound. Okay, now everybody should be able to, can everybody hear me now? Okay, awesome. Now I think it's working. But here at Scranton, we are also a Jesuit and Catholic university. What that means is that, we accept people from all backgrounds, traditions, religions, beliefs, faiths, all of that. It's just a really easy way to practice your faith here at Scranton. If you want to, if you choose to, nothing is forced and nothing is rejected. Being from a Jesuit background, really just have students really learn how to be, the best version of themselves outside the classroom, or whether they're inside the classroom, they just really, think outside the box, when they're, in the classroom and whatnot, and just thinking more in depth about certain topics or whatever the course work may entail. And then here it's more Scranton by the numbers. So our medium to smaller size school with around 3,800 undergraduate students. When I was a student, I thought that was a perfect size for our college. It's really small enough to really get to know the people, create the bonds and friendships, maintain those bonds and friendships as well throughout your first few semesters. Big enough to meet new people along the way as well. We have that average class size of 20. They cap out at 35. So you really get to know the students, as your friends and whatnot, but also really get to know the professor as a genuine human being, not just as a educator, professor, or whatnot. Every semester I was a Scranton student, I had a professor from a previous semester, just in a different course. So some professors I took like 3 or 4 times. I got to know their teaching style, they got to know my learning style. It was a win-win, and that's super common amongst our students as well. Also, another fact we always like to say is our retention rate. We have the 89% retention rate, just meaning 89% of our students come back for their second year here at Scranton. So that's a number higher than average, which is always around like 70, 75%. It's also a number higher than averages for schools similar to our size, which is always around 80%. So it's no thing that Scranton students love their time here. They love coming back for the fall. I always like to say it's a happy place, even happier people. Also on this slide, we do have 69 majors, 50 minors here at the university. So It's super easy to really test the waters within our majors and minors, so you're able to find that interest, so you're able to pursue that passion as well. So whether it be anything interested in the helping professional world, our sciences, our business school, you'll definitely be able to find that perfect major for yourself and able to study that for the rest of your time here at Scranton. And it's also, we also take pride in how easy it is to get involved. We have over 80 plus clubs and organizations. We always encourage our students to join as many clubs as you like, lead as many clubs as you like, start as many clubs as you like. It's super easy to express yourself, be yourself, learn about yourself, within your 4 years of college, and being here at Scranton, it's definitely a great opportunity to do so. We're definitely not one of those suitcase schools. There's definitely a bunch of students always, all of our students pretty much staying on campus throughout the week and the weekends. Typically the only time our students head home is throughout breaks. So that winter break, summer break, Thanksgiving break are typically the only times our students head home. We have 23 varsity sports across the men's and women's level. So along with Elizabethtown College, we are part of the Landmark Conference. So super easy to root on your Royals no matter what their passion may be, whether it be a club sport, intramural sport, varsity sport, any of that fun stuff. It's super easy to root on your fellow students and be a spectator at whatever that sport may be and all of that. And so this is more information about our application process. So we do offer the early action program. You apply by November 15th, you're automatically guaranteed to review for early action, and then you'll hear directly on December 15th. So it's non-binding. So what that means is you apply, you get in. It does not mean you have to come to Scranton, just a way to know early on if you did get accepted to the university or not. We are all enrolling admissions right after that. So if you apply, after November 15th, just expect to hear from us a few short weeks after you submit your application. And we also have that preferred deadline for first-year applicants, March 1st. We are free on the Common App, and we also offer test optional for all of our programs. So if you don't want to submit your test scores, you're not forced to, you don't have to. It's just, an option for our students to do so. And we take the holistic approach when looking at applications. So we take into consideration everything you present to us on an application, just to make us get a better idea of who you are, what roles you may have at home, and all that fun stuff. And then to the right on the side is also our middle 50% range as well. And then this is where I'll talk about an affordable education. I know the total direct cost number to the right completely contradicts exactly what an affordable education is supposed to mean. But I never met anybody that paid that number in full or came close to paying that number in full. The university does a great job with providing student support with financed education through merit-based scholarship, as well as financial aid. So the big thing here on our mission side is having our students automatically be reviewed for merit-based scholarship the second they submit their application. They'll also be on their acceptance letter. So say congratulations, their name, you're in this program, here's your annual 4-year merit-based scholarship. And also another way we make it very affordable is through our FAFSA. Big thing here, just filing for the FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. Our financial aid department will also allocate a certain amount based off your FAFSA, your need-based aid, to really make it affordable for our students. So being a student for 4 years, I am an alumni. Also being a staff member now, I've never met anybody that paid the number in full or came close to paying that total direct cost number in full as well. And that is still the information about our FAFSA, need-based aid, merit-based scholarships, all that fun stuff. So all that, is involved in our admissions, financial aid process, all that great stuff. And we are doing in-person tours Monday through Saturday. We're also doing in-person open houses this Sunday and then Sunday, October 24th. So definitely, if you are available, definitely feel free to sign up for an open house event or sign up for one of our tours. Just a great way to get a sense of what it's like to be a Scranton student for the day, talk to current students, learn more about certain majors, other interests, clubs, all that fun stuff. And like I said, always feel free to reach out to myself. I guess I probably got cut off before I said this, but definitely feel free to reach out if you do have any questions. I'll put my email address in there. You probably missed my introduction, but my name is Joe. I'm an admissions counselor, also an alumni from New Jersey. So always feel free to reach out to myself or the other admissions counselors you're working with throughout your college selection process. So that's pretty much all I got. So thank you so much. Sorry for the little technical difficulties before, but hopefully you learned a lot about our other schools, presented today. So thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, I am going to invite everyone back on. We'll do one last round of questions that kind of gets, you can hear from everybody one more time. So I'm going to pop this up here, and then we're going to go in the same order that we originally presented in. So I'm going to start with Albright College. I'm going to ask, what advice would you give someone going through the search process?
My biggest advice for people that are going through the college search process is to visit the schools that you're looking at and the ones that you're applying to, It's definitely a completely different feeling looking at something online versus walking on campus, meeting current students, getting to talk to a faculty or staff member. It's a great time, and I definitely encourage everybody to visit, whether it's a personalized tour or an open house.
Definitely. Thank you. Ursinus College, what is your advice?
So the best advice that I could give to anyone who is going through the college admissions process right now is to look at a variety of different schools. Just like, big and small, just so you can get a really good sense as to where you might fit in best. That was something that I personally did when I was looking at schools. I looked at, a number of large schools with, 40,000 undergrads, as well as your smaller institutions like Ursinus that have, approximately 1,500 students. But yeah, also being a well-rounded applicant too. I think that probably is the best advice that I could give to, and just to add all those extracurricular opportunities that you have accomplished throughout your time.
Great, thank you. Elizabethtown College, what is your advice?
Well, I would completely agree with both my colleagues there, and I think Joe touched on something that was really important in his presentation, and that's use admissions counselors to your advantage, because a lot of times we will go to bat for the student. I mean, we've had students in the past that may have been on the fence to be admitted, or may have been on the fence to receive another bump in merit scholarship consideration. So that visit is so important, because if we can put a face with a name and learn what you may be going through, there is the human element there. And I think everyone here tonight would go to bat and do their best to help get you there if that's where you wanted to be.
Absolutely, thank you. All right, Bryn, Athyn College.
I would say the same. I think for me personally, when I was going through the college search, which really helped me, which I encourage you all to do, is to take stock of who you are and what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, that's great. I think liberal arts is the way to go, but to know yourself, do you need to be in a smaller school where you're well supported? Do you thrive in a larger environment? Do you want to be close to home? Do you want to be far from home? To just think about those things, and then you can look at schools that sort of fit those things. And then don't limit yourself just because you think, I won't get in, or my friend's going, they're really smart, I don't personally view myself on their level. That's not your choice to make, right? Apply, give yourself all of the options, have the conversations with the counselors, allow them to go to bat for you in whatever way that they need to, or to talk you up because you're so great, and I'm sure you all are. But don't limit yourself because you don't think you'll get in. Go for it.
Thank you. All right, University of Scranton, what advice do you have?
Awesome. Yeah, my big piece of advice would be to really envision yourself, at different colleges you're touring, you're looking at. I know it sounds cheesy, but really follow your gut. It's going to be your home for the next 4 years, a place where you're going to learn a lot about yourself, be able to express yourself, all that fun stuff as well. So obviously, just look into the different majors they'll offer. Ask the questions you need to ask to really get that better understanding of the schools you're looking at. Ask about their campus food, all that fun stuff. So definitely just envision yourself at certain schools and see what really follows your heart. I know that sounds super cheesy, but that's my big piece of advice.
Wonderful, thank you. All righty. So with that being said, I would like to thank all of the representatives, all of our presenters, for spending time with us this evening, putting all that information together. It was a lot of fun to listen to. And thank you all participants for being with us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. From now until the top of the hour, you can join the college reps who presented and chat with them in a breakout room if you're interested at all. So I'm going to put the link in the chat here. And I'm going to leave it there for just a couple minutes in case anybody wants to click that and jump in. You will be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Chester County. And I want to give everybody just a minute in case they want to jump into that next Zoom. All right, looks like some folks are popping out to go into the next one, which is great. All righty. Well, thank you everyone for spending your evening with us. We hope you have a great rest of the week and good luck with your process.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.